This one is so good today. I got like 2 world records, so I know it's pretty dang good. It's really hard to see because it's tiny. Okay. There's one right there. We could go to the first one. I think I prefer the second one, though. It's that one? Does it look different on camera? There's so many hairstyles, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of hairstyles. But, okay, now we're seeing it better. So it's right there. See how it looks like a hand with a mouth? Okay. Hamburger helper, right? Hamburger helper. Um, I have a feeling I have to show the second one. The second one's so cool. I like the second one. But geez, how is it that tiny? I think I just showed it though. It's probably just that. 'Cause it's probably just one peeker. I don't think there's gonna be many peekers. I think is the other one down below. Okay, so let's go with the other ones while we're waiting. This one's messed up because see how this one's like the 3. This is a 3 again. 3, 3. There's an explanation, and it's perverted, okay? It's a little perverted. What the heck? I didn't see this. I wasn't looking at this one either. Oh, that's good. Yeah, it's fine. It looks so different on my camera. I see why. Yeah, it's like a Mario 64, but it's like looking different on the camera. Plus, it reminds me a lot of nasty, sticky stuff that one's good also. That's a 1, 2. And this one is space, like a butthole. So this is a butthole with a 1, 2. You should really get a crazy look, pretty much. Let me see here. 1, 2. Lust, right? So there should be some kind of crazy look. Okay. That one looks good, actually. That one. This one right here. 1, 2, 3. See how it looks surprised? I'll count again. 1, 2, 3. I like to see this as an eyeball right here. And, I talked to you about a smashed head. A smashed head would have like blood coming out of it, right? The Toon Dark Magician girl is by far crazy. She just wants to go in a movie. And that was a movie that everybody was watching. And she just wants to go and whack them in the head with a stick, right? This is how Uni is so cool. This is Uni showing you the movement. Watch this. This is we could call this like literally a circle, and look how it's like hanging. Do you see how it's like hanging? So if you wanted to look at the head angle, right, cut it off right here, looking like a head, and then this is the foot. Okay, but if you look at the running way, that's the crazy one because it does it again. Because Uni is just insane. So this is like a cut off of a leg. Now, the theme of hands, the reason that I pointed to the 3 hands, the 3 that are making hands, is see how this one's making a butt? And females have different vulvas. There is also the controversial transgender vulva too, which I do think is considered a prop. It's like a prop cosmetic. So it's a cosmetic prop. Okay, so here's your 1, 2. The importance of 1, 2 is that 12 gate is supposed to be just making you think about the number 12 or thinking about 1, 2. But the greatest thing is once you've applied it, you get Mario 64, and you also get a little bit of a feeling of Shadow of the Colossus. Just a little bit of a feeling of Shadow of Colossus. Now, Shadow of Colossus, there was a side that was in here. This right here is 2 legs. See how that's like 2 legs? And it's doing the whole ray thing, right? I do want to see this other thing of attachments and veins, because I do know that there's like body parts in that, but that's pretty hard to find in Shadow of Colossus. Yeah, you've seen this a lot, right? I mean, females definitely see this a lot when they put on underwear, sharing against the G-string. Is the G-string pretty messed up? Yeah. This is also, I think the best way to look at it is the nasty way, sex. So that's just like sex. And that's why Mario Wonder's land is like that. Mario Wonder, you got to realize Mario Wonder's format is designed like that. So that's how the format's designed. See this confusing 1, 2, 3? 1, 2, 3. This one's insanely confusing. So we could say console M. And that's because I would look at that more like Shadow of Colossus. You think I'd look at it like Mario 64. But I would kind of actually look at that more like Shadow of Colossus. But I do think that's a breakthrough in the Shadow of Colossus secret. I'm trying to find the faces of Shadow of Colossus because there is faces to Shadow of Colossus, and they're like, just what the, headless stuff. Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of tri-pop. Okay, so this is kind of what's crazy about this one is it's staring, but it could be a Shadow of Colossus tiny face, and that could just be. But you know how Zelda's having these snakes, right? Will the snakes make numbers? We'll have to see when the game comes out, right? If they're going to make numbers or whatever. That one right there is good too. See, 1, 2, that's Mario 64. I can tell when it's Mario 64. 1, 2. That's crazy too, because remember Midna had the short legs, and it's also having a little bit of Ray because the sharp legs. So like Ray's kind of like a sharp leg, but if you remember Midna's color base, she's like a shadow. So she also has references to Chow's, and we're gonna have a Chow. You know what I'm saying? We're just going to have a shadow movie, Chow, and all that. This one's good too. This one's being very confusing in a different way because that is 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 1, 2, 3 would be like. For this one, I could safely put it at Mario 64, but I could also put it at Shadow of Colossus. So, I mean, they don't always want to use the ovals, the holes. They don't want to use the right oval holes. I cannot believe how many meaning was in this uni thing right here. This thing has way too many meanings, of course. You know that Yu-Gi-Oh has a card. Yu-Gi-Oh has a Kraken card. And yeah, we know that Splatoon's we all know what Splatoon's about, right? Okay. So there's a Squid Yu-Gi-Oh card. McDonald's. If you were wondering about the crazy McDonald's toys, there's. Look at that. See that right there? That's like, whoa, what the heck? Did it just change on camera, right? I know, right? Whoa. Whoa, that's kind of odd. 1, 2. Mario 64 is amazing with these kind of faces, the 1, 2. It's due to the spear, the orbs, and like I told you, the orbs can have some creepy things in them, so it's kind of like I don't really understand what the point is of the orbs, you know. I like this for distortion, this 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I like that a lot for distortion because it has Shadow of Colossus and Mario 64. So it's like reminding me also of Shadow of Colossus, and that's always cool because Shadow of Colossus is pretty crazy. This is interesting, a lot, very shiny. This is good also because it's like it doesn't have ink, which is very odd. It's kind of like a part not having ink, not having like stuff cover it, whatever nasty stuff could be, you know, cum, whatever that was covering it. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Do you see how that 1, 2, 3 is right there? That's the crazy thing also about shapes. You see, this is the idea of shapes, and then we get to 1, 2, and this is where it gets confusing because Shadow of Colossus. But this is, I go also mostly Mario 64. I mean, you could also go Shadow of Colossus if you want to go the boob route. Maybe the boob route would be a route, but it's like the reason I go for the Mario 64 little angle with this Ishtar is that the faces really do not look like anything I've seen. You know what I mean? Like the Mario 64 faces just look like they look really, 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 really creepy. They look like, what the heck? This is what Mario's all about, you know? I always stay on flea. See, this is a 3. Okay, so we stay on flea. That could look like a vagina. I stay on flea because flea has like a weird energy to it floating around. And this also is like side Shadow of Colossus. But like flea has this energy. And then see how this easily just makes a mouth? Okay. That eye kind of looks pretty crazy, yeah. That does look like an insect as an eye. Right there. And then oh, that's a cool shape. That's cool. The camera can't censor this one out. This one is this one's really odd. This is mostly Mario 64. But there is an idea that they're talking about. Are they showing a this is back to the one that we were looking at, but like that's good. That's good just for just being tiny. It doesn't need to be big. That's kind of like an eyeball. They're always going to have Shadow of Colossus stuff too. They're going to have kind of like a little bit, just a tiny bit feeling of Shadow of Colossus. Shadow of Colossus is confusing. Shadow of Colossus also likes to use. But I like Shadow of Colossus. When I think about Shadow of Colossus, I try to think about shades. I try to think about machines. I try to think about humans. And I try to think about, there's a lot of crazy things. Try to think about side order was always good, of course. There's another side order kind of thing, right? See how it looks like that? What you can look at it the Y way, okay? So this is the point of the tiny bird. Look how easily the tiny bird is making a yin-yang. So yin-yang is one of the most beautiful things. That's what makes Grape such a good Mario character, is the tile that's underneath her. But yeah, yin yang is crazy. The whole thing behind yin yang is like, it's like a thing you don't even like. You don't even tell like the full things of everything that's happening because it's that good. Look at this one. This one you commonly wouldn't look at, but like 1, 2, 3. See. And that's why I was talking about Shaft Colossus. Shaft Colossus is crazy to be just like. I would look at this as like a 1, 2 for Mario 64, but Shaft Colossus, like this is mainly Mario 64, though all three of these. But there is a Shadow of Colossus kind of thing of like, what the heck is looking at me? Yeah, there is that kind of part in Shadow of Colossus. Looking right here is crazy. This is the whole slow stuff. Okay. So this is kind of like the whole slow stuff, but what the heck is this trying to be, right? Now, what I know from slow is that it's an attacker, and I know some things about slow. This also goes back, of course, to our Zelda enemy. Remember the enemy, the green slime. And down below ew, that's exactly what it. That's exactly how a female's vagina can look like. So that there's that, and yeah, there's another example also. A lot of vulvas. That's a vulva also. Is there a fake vulva that's been done by cosmetic surgery or done by props, right? Is there one like that? I don't know. See what I'm saying? I don't know, but you know. Here's back to Noah. Isn't it crazy how Noah... I just cannot believe Noah and Uni. The whole Noah and Uni together. That was a pretty messed up thing to happen for Noah and Uni to get together. So, like, and then they have the new characters in Future Redeemed. Yeah, leg up. There's our leg up, but looking like something that we don't want it to look like. But, you know, we also got crabs, remember? Shantae turns into a crab kind of thing. This one right here. One, two. It looks like an insect. That's all that looks like. That looks like an insect. There's a lot of insects in this picture. Now, she does turn into a spider, Shantae. That's good. That actually is good. That's an odd one, but see this. This is, it looks like fire. But 1, 2. Yep, that's good. That's another Mario 64. Uni playing tricks. See, that's what's so creepy, is that they created two creatures, right? But the idea that Uni can just stand like another creature from Shadow of Colossus, like Uni can just stand and portray that spot And whenever you're playing Super Smash Brothers, you know how you're allowed to rotate everything? Um, now we're about to go. Gotta put it upside down, see? Another leg up, like Ray up. Yes, BP isn't BP. I don't even know what to say about BP sometimes. BP is an awesome thing to see too. That's why I freaked out in Shadow of Colossus on the pink. Because BP, I'm like, yo, what are you doing just hanging around in it? What was BP doing hanging around an area? And Shadow of Colossus is a very stressful video game, very stressful. When I went to that area, there was some other crazy things. But that game is so dang stressful that to try and record it and record the stuff. And I always do feel like you can only play the game in a sequence. So I feel like it's only a sequence. And I feel like as much as you want to try and record it again or whatever, it's just not going to record. It's just going to be laughing at you because it's you're supposed to do this step. And I'm like, okay, what kind of step am I supposed to do? That kind of thing. I'm like, yo, what? That's me and my memory, guys. That's why I pick my ears, man, my memories. I feel like the sequences are pretty long, and they're a long sequence. And if you do get the sequence going in Shadow of Colossus, it's crazy. But that's the problem with Shadow of Colossus. You got to get the sequence going. And can you get the sequence going? Everybody plays different ways, right? But why? 1, 2. But why? This is a mouth, but showing you how some things can be in a mouth, right? Yeah, there's a lot of Shadow of Colossus stuff around here too. Is Mario 64 talking about the chase? Maybe. It is pretty haunted to see it chasing. Is it talking about, you've entered a world where they're all just running around and you're seeing why they're running around? And then that's what would make a world creepy also. That's what would make a Mario 64 world creepy is if you just keep on seeing like you're thinking they're running away from you, but are they also running away from something, right? Legs, it's so good that I found Shadow of Colossus legs, because legs is just what I call the definition of running away, and then running away again. So odd that you have a sneak feature too in Shadow of Colossus. You get what I'm saying? You have a feature where you can sneak around, and everybody's they're reading cut content, but why would the game give you the ability to do the sneak feature? Why would it allow you just to quietly just walk around like that? That's a pretty crazy feature. I think that would take a long time to master that feature. I'm pretty sure there's something you can use that feature for, but that would take a long time. And you have to understand what you're actually doing with it. That's the problem. So the problem is normally people are like, do you think somebody has the patience to do that, right? You know, it's very slow. See, Mario 64. Oh, slow can definitely get you confused too. By the way, so there is that. That's another thought too. But I have to before I go deeper into details about that. One, two. That's good for Mario 64. One, two. Oh, Shulk is so cool. He's too cool. The little catchphrase they gave him, right? Uh-huh. We're gonna get them. We're gonna get them and kill the little buggers, and then we're gonna go fight Mechanists that look like insects. Uh huh. Oh, cool. That's why I'm on Shadow of Colossus stuff for Sad Eye. Okay, now remember when Zelda, she's going to be slashing her sword, right? And we're just going to stop right here.